here, you might lose your job in your own company. You losing your marbles, bro?
I'm not crazy, I'm not crazy, I'm not crazy.
What's happening, Clay?
You're in control now.
Hi, Kim. How are you doing, sir? Nice to
How
speak to
you
you.
doing, Howard? Good to hear your voice, buddy. Where are you at?
I'm originally from the UK. I'm from near Manchester, but I'm in Bilbao in the north of Spain right now. I've been living here
Oh
for
my
like the past
God,
20
good
years
for
or so.
you. Good for
Yeah.
you.
I can't complain. No.
Good to see you, man. I still haven't been to Spain. I've been all over Europe. I can't believe I haven't been to Spain. I need to get there.
Yeah, I can't believe all the films you've been in. You should have. I mean, you must have had a film that's been to Sitges before now, no?
I don't even know. I probably have, but honestly, I've filmed everywhere. I got to get my ass to Spain.
You have to. You have to. So listen, I mean, first of all, thanks very much for your time and congrats on Neon Lights. It's a fantastic film. I mean, you must be double proud the fact that you and your daughter are in it at the same time. So, I mean, the first thing I want to ask you about working with your daughter, are you very picky and choosy when it comes to kind of working, not just with your daughter, but the films that your daughter works on? Does she kind of come to you for advice and you kind of brainstorm together? And are you very kind of picky, choosy, especially your side of the family, kind of helping her out to kind of find her way?
Howard, she's been an actor her whole life, unlike me. I stumbled into it in college. She's been an actor her whole life. She's done theater her whole life. She's done it the right way. NYU, got her degree, Tisch Acting Academy. She did this play called The Wolves, which went to the Duke Theater and then the Lincoln Center. She's won an Obie and a Drama Desk Award on Broadway in this play called The Wolves that the New York Times called one of the greatest plays in the last 25 years. Trust me, I have nothing to do with my daughter's success except for being her dad.
Yeah.
So
Probably gives you more advice than you do, no?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt, man. I mean, I'm her biggest fan. I mean, that kid, she's so freaking good. I'm just so proud of her. She's got 2 movies opening back to back. This one and another one called Burden. She's,
Right.
She's a lead in Burden and she's, a co-lead in this one. So look, to work with her when they brought me Denver Kane, and then they brought the therapist, the psychiatrist to Brenna, and we talked about it. And there wasn't really any scenes to do together, even though you've seen the movie. There's kind of like a little bit of thing that I don't want to give stuff away.
Yeah.
But look, to work with Brenna, to watch Brenna on the monitor was a bonus. We've already done a play together, Jerusalem, the big Mark Rylance hit.
Yeah, that was your first time after 30 years, no? You haven't been
First time after 30 years, Howard. So that was kind of, it almost killed me every goddamn night. And I love your accent. And my Wilshire accent, man, I can't read, I can't write, but I can drive a tractor. I mean, those nights were special. And I just saw Mark Rylance reboot it in London. We had big dinner together in London like a week ago. So look, yeah, it's pretty special to work with Brenna. No, she's her own fierce force right now, and I'm really proud of her.
Brilliant. And then obviously I want to talk about the other side. I mean, the writer or the 2 writers were the kind of the director and the lead in this film. How did that kind of come across your path? Because I imagine this was something that they'd kind of, it was their passion project, and they maybe took it to you. How did it come to you, and what did you feel about it when it came to you? Because you were on as a producer as well, so I imagine you was kind of you saw that these 2 guys knew exactly where they were going for, the vision that they wanted, and you were just on board straight away. No?
Yeah, no, great question. I think, and you probably know this, but these independent films, whether they're 500 grand or 2 million or 1.1 or 2.1 or whatever they are, however they fall, you sometimes need a bit of a name. You need a bit of a name. And so they took a chance. They sent the script to Gail, my manager in Canada. I've got managers and agents everywhere. And she's my Canadian rep, Gail Abrams, and I love her to death. And Gail read this thing and she said, well, there's no way Kim's going to do it. It's probably not going to be enough this or enough that or something, but hang on a second. So she called Dana back and said, who's playing the psychiatrist? And he said, we don't have her yet. And so Gail went, well, I can take this to Kim. And if you are smart enough and can maybe get Brenna to maybe play the psychiatrist, if she wants to play it, then we might have somewhere to go. And everything happened very, very fast. Brenna loved it right off the get-go. I had some concerns about the guy I played. So I made sure that Dana and Ruse Bay listened to all my concerns. They changed some things of the writing. And with the guys like this, man, you can't be too evil, too dark, or that's boring. You've got to have, there's got to be something going on. And for Denver Kane, even though I can't talk a lot about him, because it's really like an Alfred Hitchcock thriller,
Oh,
psychological thriller, this movie, you know. It's slow, then it's fast, and it's weirdly slow, then it's dark as shit, and there's a bit of horror, and you don't know where it's going. And my character, you don't know what the hell is going on with him. So for me to get all that, you know, done in the writing, it was very important that I was producing, so I could help, you know, cast, I could help with the edit, help sell it, and it's all come to fruition. And I'm talking to you, and we had our big premiere last weekend in Hamilton, sold right out, 700 tickets gone. It's very, very dark film about mental health that people are going to want to see.
yeah. I mean, talking about the mental health, I mean, I think what we can talk about without spoiling it is the fact that it talks about how great minds can be their own kind of undoing in the end. No, kind of this he ends up unraveling. Was for your specific character, without giving anything away about your character, was there anything that you felt you needed to kind of research or to find inspiration in to create this kind of person that has a lot to do with this guy's undoing?
I definitely had some research to do, and Brenna had all her research to do on Lila, the psychiatrist, and my research was really about childhood trauma. My research was all about, you know, these families that have a father or a mother or an uncle or an aunt or something that when they're young kids goes awry because of violence or because of emotional abuse, whatever it may be, and the different levels of mental health. I mean, this pandemic has certainly brought it to the forefront, and mental health should always be at the forefront in everything we do, in every walk of life. We're all anxious about this whole COVID thing and where it's going and where it's come and all that stuff. And we may have family members that have depression, or I certainly do in my family. So this one was so special because it really intertwines mental health and a thriller, and it's commercial, and yet it's real. It's, like I said, Alfred Hitchcock. It's really, you can't put your finger on what thematic movie this is. So it really encompasses everything. So my research had to do with early lifehood trauma, really.
Mm-hmm. And when you say early lifehood trauma, was that something that you dug into from your own experience, or did you kind of?
It wasn't from my experience at all, because I had the greatest upbringing in my whole life. My father was just the sweetest man in the world. And so I just, from the characters I played, the books I've read, the places I've traveled to, the news you watch, of course I knew something about abuse. But if you want to be specific as to the charismatic man I play in this movie, and you get sucked in by his charisma, his wealth, maybe his looks, his calm voice, and behind that shit can be a very, very dark human being. And so, yeah, I read 2 books, which really helped me get through there. So it was big for me at the time.
Well, listen, sadly we've got to wrap. So it's been really good to speak to you.
But that's 8 minutes already, Howard. Come on.
It's 8 minutes already. Yeah, I'm afraid so. So hopefully I'll get to speak to you again sometime soon about something soon. And you need to get yourself over to Spain and get a film shot over here in Spain to give you a good excuse to get over here.
I really do, mate. Really nice talking to you. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too.
They must all be gone. They all must go.
You must set yourself free.